Quick weekend preview on Rosehill, race 1, Impulsive. Last start winner, blinkers go on, barrier 7, H. Bowman.
Yeah, it was a good win first up. We had a high opinion of this filly as a 3-year-old and just everything went against her. So come back with a good win, no reason why she can't continue.
Miss Shanty resuming, barrier 11.
Ran 5th in the Queensland Oaks. I think it's going to be a good form race you'll see this spring. And likewise, she did a good job last prep and she'll come back better. This is a first up run, so I think we'll improve with the run.
And Palmateer, 53 kilos, Kieran McAvoy.
Just got too far out of her ground last start through a bad start. Hopefully she can begin better, and if she does, she'll be hard to beat.
Into race 3 we have Olminica, Hugh Bowman.
Another horse that went to Queensland. Only a handful of runs he's had and been very impressive, including being placed in group races, so I think he's in for a good prep.
Same race, Morovi resuming.
Another one went to Queensland. Touch disappointing. I think we're still working out his right distance, so might bring him, we'll concentrate on the 1400, such as Saturday's race, and then get him out to a mile eventually, but this is the type of races we'll be targeting to get his confidence up and hopefully back on track to where he should be running. He's a better horse than his form would suggest.
And Andaz, who trialled impressively earlier this week.
Yeah, he did, and I think he's from a family that will continue to improve with age, and he's a 4-year-old now, so I'm looking forward to his prep as well. I think it's a good draw for him, and as you said, worked and trialled very well.
Okay, race 4, the Stan Fox, the Autumn Sun. Unbeaten colt.
Yeah, good colt. Obviously, first up 1500 is something to talk about, but I'm certainly happy with his fitness. Very naturally athletic horse. He had a trial or jump out with Winks last Saturday. Wouldn't have blown a candle out afterwards. Did a little bit of work through the week, and likewise, very clean-winded horse. So he's up and ready to go, and look out, he's a very good horse.
Okay, and then we also have Dealmaker, who's drawn slightly awkwardly in 8.
Yeah, but better draw than his last start, where he got back and rallied strongly late to go down by about half a length in I think it was the Ming Dynasty. So there's plenty of class about this horse, and this is a nice race leading into the Gloaming in 2 weeks' time. Not saying he can't win, but obviously the further it goes, I think the better he'll get. So he'll run a cheeky race, and he'll go to the Gloaming, where the Autumn Sun will most likely head to the Golden Rose.
Okay, race 5, the Theo Marks, we have Shalala, barrier 1.
Yeah, she had a Group 1 placing up in Queensland. She spelled well, she's come back in really good shape. We're getting good comments consistently from her riders. So she's back for a new prep. Just be careful of the track. Obviously she's better on a good track than a soft track, but she's in for a good preparation. Love to stretch her out to beyond a mile this time for the first time. Love to get her up to 2,000 metres, being a daughter of Savabeel.
Okay, we also have D'Argento, barrier 4.
Yeah, well, his first up run behind Winks was outstanding. He was 3 wide the trip, and couldn't have run any better. Winks obviously come back in great shape, so had he had the run Winks had, he probably finishes a bit closer. So based on that, it's the best form really going around.
Back in distance, a concern?
Yeah, only 100 metres. He's got a lot of speed, this horse. He's not just a mile. Obviously won his Group 1 over 2,000, but I think that was on class alone. So like his dad, I think he could have won over any trip he was put over, and D'Argento will be very hard to beat Saturday. Soft track shouldn't be a concern. Good draw, good jockey, good horse.
Okay, Foxplay resuming, who loves the wet track.
Yeah, she's slowly getting back to better form on the training tracks. She started to improve the last week, which is good. As you said, she'll appreciate a soft track if we do get rain leading into Saturday's meeting. It's currently a 5. Yeah, distance is a good starting point for her.
Okay, race 6, the Run to the Rose. Zusane, barrier 8, James McDonald.
Good colt, and he's really improved since his 2-year-old year. He's come back as a man. I think he's the real deal. And barrier 8 I don't see as being a concern. Especially, you've got to remember we're coming out of a pretty tough winter of growing conditions, I'd say. probably 3 or 4 off the fence would be the place to be, and he's drawn to find that, and should run well.
And Lean Mean Machine just drawn to his inside in 7.
Yeah, well, Ty England's been aboard him in his trial and his work since, and couldn't have been any more complimentary towards this horse. I think the distance is the query, but he deserves the right to be running over it fresh. And he's another one that'll be going to the Golden Rose second up, and hopefully through to a Caulfield Guineas. But his speed will tell us where we head with him. We might even keep him to shorter distances, but I think a mile will suit him later in the prep.
Okay, Performer, barrier 1.
His first run was certainly a pass mark. I think 3 wide with no cover, told over the concluding stages. He's drawn to get a much better run on Saturday. Hopefully we don't get too much rain, and that's not a disadvantage down there. But gate 1 will certainly see him get a much more economical run. Horse has done everything right since. Very sharp workout, I think it was last Saturday morning, and he looks a picture of health.
Okay, race 7 into the Shirako Stakes. We have Invincibella.
Yeah, she ran a great race or two in Queensland. Luck was against her in many of those runs with barrier draws, but gee, she's a good horse. She'll run well fresh. She did the winter break in Queensland, pre-trained up there, and she's in great shape to be running well fresh up. I'm sure she'll run a very good race.
Okay, and Noir down on 54.
Slightly,
12.
Yeah, awkward gate will make it tough for her. Simply a starting point, so go back, get cover, and find a way to try and win the race from the 500 metre mark, but just need a little bit of luck over this trip from that gate.
Okay, and into the lucky last. Race 9, High Mist, J Ford, barrier 16.
Needs a wet track. There has been some rain forecast for Saturday, so keep an eye on the conditions on the day.
Eagle Bay with a claimer and Sam Weatherly on board.
I think the 1800 metres will suit him. Barrier draw should be okay, and had a quick look at his wet track form. He's won 2 or 3 on a soft track, so shouldn't be a disadvantage if we did get a soft track.
Estacrage.
Good run last start, come from last to run second, beaten half a length. He hasn't drawn much better on Saturday, and coming back in trip at the horse as well.
Hugh Bowman on Zorkan from barrier 3.
Couldn't have trialled any better than him on Monday morning in a trial, I think,
No.
with English and other horses. He couldn't have possibly gone any slower, and I think that'll be just a nice way to top off the preparation for his first up run. Second up run. Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks between the first, which was a really good run, narrowly beaten for third from memory. So he's come back well, trialled well, and he's ready to win.
And last but not least, the Big Grey, Opposition.
Good first up run. Got back, got shuffled wide, turning for home, and ran a really good race. Kieran was full of praise of his run, stuck with the horse, which is good to see. And 1800 metres will be a big plus.
Quick preview on this weekend's interstate runners, starting off at Moonee Valley, where we have the Avenger in race 2, barrier 5, Ben Mellon.
Good draw for a change, Charlie. So that was the only thing that beat him last start. Attacked the line strongly. I think we've learned it doesn't need to be too close in the run. Good draw, midfield, be hard to beat.
In the same race, we have Wayanka, barrier 14, Michael D.
Yeah, not ideal.
No.
He struggles to find a good gate, and he's obviously done the same again. So we'll have a good look at the form and work out whether he's a winning chance or not. Otherwise, save him for another day. But reports since his last start run have been very good.
Into race 6, the Atlantic Jewel, Bubbles and Troubles, barrier 14, Michael D.
Not a very good draw there either, Charlie.
No.
So again, have a look at the form and work out whether she runs there or a 1400 next week. Another 3-year-old race, but she's a good filly. Yeah, she'll give them a shake if she gets a bit of luck from the draw.
Okay, nipping up to Doomben on a soft 7 track. Race 3, Montauk, barrier 4, Jeff Lloyd.
Yeah, well, he won't worry about a soft track. His run last start was very good, didn't get any luck, and good jockey aboard.
My Giuliano in barrier 7.
He'll appreciate a soft track.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't beaten far last start, and from gate 7 just needs a touch of luck, but going well.
Okay, into race 7, Fortensky, barrier 10 of 10.
Probably Yeah, it makes it a bit awkward, doesn't it?
It does.
Don't think he's too bad on a soft track. He just needs to go back and get cover, which is basically how he races anyway. He's not the best of beginners, so takes it out of your hand when you've got a draw like that. Just come back and ride it for luck.
In the same race, we have Zumbalina in barrier 3, Jeff Lloyd.
Yeah, we'd need the track to improve a little bit with her. Fortunately, it's a little bit warmer in Queensland and the tracks should be starting to dry out, providing there's no rain on the day. She looks a picture of health. She showed a glimpse of getting back to her best form last start, so based on that and some good work since, she'll be hard to beat if we can get back to a good 4 or better.
Okay, race 9, Sacred Rebel, barrier 16.
Probably won't be running from that gate. He's had nothing but bad draws and bad luck, so doesn't deserve to be running if we can't find it.
Well, you just wait for our next runner.
So Sacred Rebel, he's going well. He looks $1 million, but we'll only be running if we think we can win from that gate.
Cedarwood, first emergency, barrier 22.
Ooh, that's not a very good draw, is it?
No,
Same race.
same race.
So yeah, likewise with him. Big field, so you can get bad draws. So he's going well. Obviously, last Saturday he bombed the start and was declared a runner, but was a long way behind them. So fortunately, he's come through it well. Probably looking for another race for him, Charlie.
Absolutely. Following week. Best of luck, folks.